Alright, kind of getting back to the RX-7 today. We're going to try a little different, try to actually make a long form video. So if you look down here at the gas tank, a lot of the undercoatings come off, a lot of surface rust on it, but otherwise not too bad of a condition. I think I'm going to try to clean up some of the loose undercoating. I got some spray on undercoating to put back on. It's kind of the corners here. So kind of get some of the stuff out of the way, get my cart, get it set up and start doing that. And then while that's drying and all that, I'm going to move on to doing some hoses, getting the fuel pump on the hanger, things of that nature. But let's get started. Alright guys, sorry about any of the lighting terribleness. It's really bright out here. But I want to do it out here, not in the shop. But I'm just going to go around the wire wheel, clean up what's loose, and I'll come back and spray here in a minute. That's what I'm talking about here, a lot of the looseness. I'm gonna get rid of that so it'll chip off later. Alright, get that side here. Just gonna flip her over real quick. Here's pretty good. Here. Alright, just going to use this Rust-Oleum undercoating, rubberized. Should be basically the same kind of stuff that was on it to begin with. And give it a nice coat, kind of cover up all that rust that's there. Get everywhere. We'll end up doing a couple coats of this and kind of go over some of the old too to make sure it blends in and seals up anything that might still be kind of loose. I just want to protect it for another 30 years, or however long the car will survive. Alright, but I'm just going to knock this out here, bring you in once it's kind of done and over with, and I'll start moving on to some other projects. Alright, got the first kind of coat on there, so that'll be set for now. I'll keep doing a couple more coats here in the background as I start working on some other stuff. So we're actually going to go in, and the next thing I'm going to start working on, I got to clean some space on the toolbox and the bench. I'm going to start getting the fuel pump into the fuel hanger. So I'll be right back and get that all set up. Alright, so this one here is the fuel pump hanger we pulled out of it. OEM fuel pump, just crusty, destroyed. I mean, the fuel was 20 years old. It was sitting in this, what the inside of the tank kind of looked like as well. I guess it's would have been savable except for the connector up here broke, which just makes it more of a pain. I probably won't completely get rid of it just in case I need it for something, but that's the old one. So here's the new one. Obviously the connector's intact, everything's good here. We got the wires. The wire here on the other one was actually burned as well. So we needed all that. So got the connector here. Looks like this one did have an aftermarket one on it, most likely. So this actually might just connect right up. We'll have to see. Obviously need an hose extension there. I'll probably get some sandpaper and clean that up here. Remember it well. Went with the Quantum. It's a Wolvero basically, 255. Kind of the same one everybody puts on these. And that is not going to be the right connector, so I'm going to have to recut and splice that, which is fine because I have an installation kit right here. Alright, so I'll go ahead and get set up for this next step here. Let me get some sandpaper, clean that up, and then we'll get everything installed. Alright, I'm just going to hit it with sandpaper real quick, kind of checking out the orifice, make sure everything's good like that. I did see this wire down here is busted on whatever sensor this is, so I'm going to try to hit that with some solder here after I do this. Just want to kind of clean it up a little bit. It's not going to be perfect. It's, you know, going to sit inside a gas tank. So make sure everything sits nicely, and that's pretty good there. Just all that. All right. Yes, let me get solder out. Get that going right now, actually. Wow, actually, like the first time. Amazing. A little solder. I'll go ahead and get that all heated up. Get that repaired. Check out the I can't really see the sensor. Sending unit's all blocked. We're gonna assume this works. Doesn't feel crusty. Looks pretty clean through the hole. Just like to get it to where it starts to solder. Just does not want to cooperate. So I'm just going to bring it back once it's set up. Alright, so we got the frame here. So I think I got it soldered here. It looks pretty good. Found out it's the low fuel warning sensor. So if the light's always on, then it's probably broken. And I'll have to like replace that. Not too big a deal to get to the hanger and everything while it's in the car, especially when there's no interior. So no big deal there. Had to clip it on using this. I kind of hold it in the right spot and fight with the solder and do all that fun stuff. Alright, so got these clamps that are way too big. I'm hoping they can kind of condense down. It does get tight enough, it looks like. Gets even tighter than this, just the shape's going to be weird. So we'll see how tight it gets onto the, maybe get that in frame. But I'm going to go ahead and work on that, and then of course I'll clip off the excess once that's done. So get you set up here, and I'll kind of fiddle with that. Yeah, I can do that because I can do the wires last. Alright, so I got the actual pump here. It's got this little rubber grommet it sits on the hanger. That looks like that just sits there like that. That'll go on here like this. And then I just need to get a piece of hose, which I got right here. And well, that worked out, I guess. This doesn't seem to be the correct size hose. Of course it's not. What do we get here? I got quarter ID, and yeah, I mean this must be 3/8. Yeah, let's say it's supposed to be 3/8. So I got the wrong clamps, I got the wrong hose, so this hose needs to get back. I'll need to get the correct hose. This one was split. So either got to go out and get it or order some new hose. I'll probably just go to the store, I guess. Big excuse to take out the RX-7 or something like that. It's getting close to lunchtime anyway. Alright, so I guess we can do a pause on that. Go ahead and get some more coats down on that and then figure out what I'm doing. Alright, I'm back now. So, got new hose, which should be correct. Forgot my extra piece, so of course it was just guessing at that point. And looks like we're right. Their stuff definitely looked wrong. This is the next size up. Got clamps that are definitely better than the ones we had. So let's see if we can make this stuff work. So, might be a little loose. Stuff could have been right, I guess. I don't know. It's definitely whatever. It's good enough. It's a little looser than I wanted to be, but maybe the other stuff was right. Didn't look like it. But this should work regardless. Alright, so what do we need? Alright, set it in place, try to get a general measurement of how much we need. Cut it a little long because I can put it up further up the shaft. So, yeah, that'll do. Alright, so we'll get this put on. Let's get one of our new clamps. Let's see, is this the right size? No. Alright, that's good and tight. That'll definitely hold. Alright, shove this in here. We get another clamp. Get it mostly tight. Could have gone down the size on the clamps as well. Alright. So we got that on there. That's all clamped. That's good to go. That's not going anywhere. But I'll probably add a large clamp to it just to make sure. Yeah, kind of free floated good. I'll let that free float then. And larger socket. We'll go with the. Yep. Oh, hold on. Do not want the pickup tube caught up in this. Go around that. Go around that. There. We'll go right here. If that's overdoing it, let me underdo it a little bit. Either way, that's not going anywhere anymore. That'll be set, and I'll have to move on to the wiring. Alright, so I got it all wired up, left the big service loop in it, just wrapped it up and tied it. Missed that little piece. That broke off again, so I had to resolder that. Looks like the rubber mount piece actually locks that sock in. So now that's in there. That's all good to go. Let me pop this off real quick. So it's all set. This is ready to go. It's ready to get put back into the tank. I did polish off that. Let's go over here. So I did polish off the rest of the can of the coating. So no more visible rust. Should be a lot better. So that's all done there. Next thing I have to do is get underneath the car. Probably pull those straps out so I can paint the straps. Shoot down lower here so you might see. Yeah, I get the straps down, and then also cut some new hoses for what goes to the pump. That way it can just be all new, get rid of all the hard hoses, and be good to go there. I don't know if I'll get the tank in today. Depends on how long I feel like being out here. But otherwise, we'll be ready to go in the next one out in the garage for sure. And then one more step done. Alright, so here's under the car, for better or for worse, whatever you can see. So I got the 3 hoses up there. The 2 that are in the... I'm not sure if you can see them or not. Yeah, you should be able to see them. Yeah, right at the top of the screen. Get a better angle. Alright, so we got the 2 hoses up here. We have and then this one here was the charcoal vent, which is not going back on. You can see my fresh cut mark on the other side, so I'm just gonna cut that off completely. So that's that. So I need to replace those 2. Also noticed that I guess someone's patchwork here in the exhaust. So I'm just gonna throw some self-tappers through that, make sure that doesn't rattle my brains out. As you can see, the car's pretty crusty, but not overly holy, other than the rust I previously fixed. So I guess that's a plus. Looks like this side did the same thing off screen right now, but yeah, the exhaust burned out on this side as well. So that's lovely. And that's not holding right now for some reason. It's got stuff on it. Steel, there we go. Floors will hold it. Alright, now that I can see what I'm doing-ish. Let's see if I can get these clamps off. Just not make this easy to get off. Also, I figured out it might just be easier to change the diff fluid before I put the tank in, so we'll add some test creep to it. It'd be a lot easier to get in there with whatever. So I'll have to order some fluid there and get that taken care of. I was going to do it anyway, so now it's better than later, I guess. That one's good. Now that one came right off, which means the hose itself is not going to want to come off. Can't see. Let's see, grab it if I can. Get it twisting. There we go. And I got you all discombobulated. Alright, I'm gonna shut you down for a minute. I'll bring you back once everything's done. Alright, got it all finished up. There's some rivets in the little rust repair shields. Got new hoses on here, new clamps. Once again, I think these fuel lines were actually bigger than what was on there, but it'll function. Here, so there's that. So that's the vent. So that doesn't need any more. I'll probably add a longer hose than what's on the tank right now, just to get it below the tank and further away, because right now it's kind of sitting at the top of the edge, so I'll be more likely to get fumes inside. But yeah, that's that for now. Yeah, like I said, I think next thing we'll do will be change out the fluid then before I put the tank in, so I have to get that ordered so I can do that sooner than later. So with that, I mean, that's probably it for this episode here. Really need to get under here and hit it with the wire wheel and probably get some more of that undercoating. That's probably a problem for another day though, because I don't need to do it anywhere where I'm working at right now. But yeah, so we'll get wrapped up here. Yeah, there's the Subaru. Yeah, we'll get it wrapped up and then yeah, that's it. Alright, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me if I'm an idiot. Something I should be doing better. Tell me if you like the long form over the short form. We'll see how it edits together. But yeah, fuel pump's ready. Fuel tank is ready. Just gotta do that hose real quick, which I think I need more clamps. So I'll have to probably buy more clamps too. But that's it, man. To the next one.